So I recognize this booth. This is the Pedego booth. I'm here at Interbike 2014. They've got a bunch of new models, really diversifying. These guys are known for cruisers, and then the kind of the city commuter feel. I got one of those bikes. This is really fun, and you've continued to innovate. I've noticed you've got like a couple disc brakes now. You got rid of the band brake on some of the bikes. You've got a cargo bike, just a bunch of stuff. Can you take me for a tour, Don?
Sure, I'd be delighted to. Yeah, we're evolving. You know, we started out as a cruiser company, and the cruisers were a home run all over the world.
And still are, I think, right?
Oh
Pretty
yeah,
popular.
very successful. We've added a bunch of colors to that. And then we came out with the city commuter line, and you became one of our customers. And we
I liked it,
that.
yes. Yeah, it's a great
bike.
bike.
That's been a huge hit. And then we came out with, right after that, we launched the Trail Tracker, the fat tire bike.
Right.
We did that 3 years ago. We're the only ones in town with the Trail Trackers.
That was one of the first ones, you're right.
It was the only
and it
one.
used to be single speed.
Single speed, it went to a 3-speed on the front, and we went to a 7-speed on the back.
There we go.
And for 2015, we're adding pedal assist.
Pedal assist.
Well.
So again, some of the same sort of equipment from the older, city commuter, where there's a twist throttle and a pedal assist. Now I see that all across your line.
Well, you know, our idea is, some people like pedal assist, some people like a throttle. We like to don't make their mind up for them, let them have a choice. If they want to have a throttle, they can use it. Some people think they want a throttle, and then when they get it, they like pedal assist, and the opposite happens. So we're not going to decide for them, nor do we want them to decide when they're making a buy. We'll let them pick, because most of our bikes now offer both the standard equipment.
And I noticed your display panel's been updated. It's
We've got a brand
really
new
clean.
LCD display panel.
I can't wait to get in there.
We'll talk about
By
it.
the way, Don, so you're one of the co-founders of Pedego.
Yes.
Right, and you're out there riding these bikes. You're in Southern California, and that's a perfect environment for kind of the beach cruiser lifestyle. What else do you have to tell me about just your company in general? I know you're known for like customer service and that kind of thing with your dealerships.
Well, we have two goals at Pedego. Our number one goal is to delight our customers. We're not happy with satisfied. Our number two goal is to make our dealers successful. We're 100% reliant on a great distribution network all over the world. We have about 800 dealers that sell our bikes.
Yeah, worldwide.
After this show, we'll probably have more like 1,000, because it's been wild. The last people I just talked to said they've been watching Pedego for 2 or 3 years, and now they're ready to do it. So
cool.
A lot of people you talked to 2 or 3 years ago, the electric bike business is definitely taking off in this country in a big way, and we're positioned well to take advantage of it. And that's part of the reason why we're expanding the product line. We're finding there's different categories. Not everybody wants to ride a cruiser bike, not everybody wants to buy a commuter bike, and some people have some special needs.
Well, congrats, and let's jump into it. And maybe we can start with, again, this is the Interceptor. Look at this, it's classic kind of a cruiser design, cantilever frame, these big swept back bars. It's comfortable. You've even got the seat post suspension now, but I noticed the wheels are different. Can you tell me about that?
Well, that wheel is a optional magnesium wheel we're going to make available on 3 of our product lines in 2015. It'll be available on all the cruiser bikes. It'll be available on our new Boomerang bike we'll talk about in a minute. It's also available on the city commuter for people who have a higher weight requirement. Most bikes with spokes in it will only accommodate about 250 pounds.
Okay.
These wheels will accommodate 400 pounds.
Nice.
So it'll be an upgrade to people, or some people just going to want to buy it for the style.
And the style is kind of cool, right? You never have to true that kind of wheel.
There's a big advantages to not having, there's no truing involved, and you don't have to worry about a loose or broken spoke.
Right.
It's all pretty much going to run all the time, so they're pretty much maintenance free, and they're very, very strong. Magnesium, of course, is a very strong metal, and it's one they use on car tires. Magnesium wheels the strength is unbelievable.
That's awesome, and one of the only electric bikes I've really seen with this. Focusing on those kinds of details for your riders.
So our goal is to be innovative in the category, but on traditional design. So each year we come out with new products. We keep the old product. Our basic cruiser design is the same since when we started in 2009.
Yep.
Our city commuter design has not changed at all. We don't change body styles because we pick classic designs, tried and true designs. Our beach cruiser style is the same thing that Schwinn had in the 50s and 60s.
Right.
It's the same basic style. It's classic. People know it. They like it. It makes a lot of sense to make it that way. Our city commuter is a typical European style bike. Again, nothing fancy about it, but the way we fancy them up is all the colors. We've got the fluorescent colors, which have turned out to be a huge hit. And mainly people want to be safe and they want to be seen.
Yeah.
So we now have neon blue, fluorescent orange, and for lime green.
Yeah.
And for 2015, all the bikes are going to get color-coded rims. Where those used to have black rims on them, now they all match the color coat with the bike.
That is cool.
So the cruiser bike we're excited about. We also came out with the mini Interceptor.
Let's go over and So this is a regular Interceptor.
26. These are all 26-inch. And then we added this year the Mini Scepter, which is the same bike but just downsized a little because not everybody's tall.
Is this 24-inch wheels?
24-inch.
Instead of 26, so that brings the whole bike a little bit lower.
Smaller. It's smaller for people who are less than, say, 5'4".
Good.
Our regular cruiser bikes are good for somebody 5'6" or tall, or I'm sorry, 5'2" or taller. If they're 5'4" or shorter, then that 5'2" to 5'4" depends on whether they have long legs or not.
Right.
Long legs, they'll want the bigger bike. Shorter legs, they'll want the smaller bike.
Exactly.
So that way we accommodate that customer. We did the same thing with the City Commuter. The City Commuter comes in two sizes now. It comes in a classic and a step through, and it comes in a 28-inch tire and a 26-inch tire.
That is cool.
That, we can have both to accommodate smaller riders. And the other thing we're adding is a whole bunch of colors for the City Commuter. We had black and white last year. Now we've added taupe in this beautiful blue color we call.
Very unique. Very unique. Okay, so there's one of the trail trackers that I see, and this one has the 7-speed cassette.
So the trail tracker, we came out with about 3 years ago. We launched it, and it's been fabulously successful, and it continues to be. And we started out with a single speed, then we put a 3-speed on it, then we put a 7-speed, and for next year we're adding the pedal assist function to it.
Excellent.
It's a good, solid trail bike, not a mountain bike, but a trail bike for riding on off-road paths and stuff.
Sure.
And it's designed to be heavy duty and durable. People buy them for hunting, they buy them for fishing, they buy them for their lake property or their ranch property to go ride them, or just to go out, and a lot of guys ride them on the street.
Yeah, it's fun. It kind of cruise around. And then this guy, okay, this is like, it's kind of new territory for Pedego.
This is our mountain bike. So we got a front suspension in it. We integrated the battery in the frame. And so there's no rack on it. It doesn't have the typical accoutrements that a Pedego might have, because it's for a different type of owner. It's a person who wants to ride off-road and have a mountain bike experience. But the reality is a lot of people buy mountain bikes, may not ever ride them on the mountain.
That's me. I'm riding around the city. I like those like knobby tires. The suspension gives you a little bit of support.
When you hit a bump somewhere, you're not going to be worried about jostling you too much because you got that suspension package on it. And then it's got all the bells and whistles. It's actually an interesting product because it has a 20-speed system on it. It has 2 gears in the front and 10 in the back.
10 in the back. Good range.
20-speed to give extra range.
Yeah, let me look at this. So I see a twist throttle right here, and it's got pedal assist, probably like 5 levels.
6.
6 levels of pedal assist.
I think it might have 8.
8 levels. While you check that out, I'm going to dig down in here. And I see, does this have a torque sensor, Don?
Yes.
Okay, so smoother,
torque sensor,
a little bit more responsive.
6 levels of pedal assist.
6 levels of assist. Nice big display panel, easy reach buttons right here.
Now the one thing about the pedal assist for 2015, it's all going to have throttle override.
Oh,
so
I noticed that. And in zero,
speed, and you're in zero mode, you used to have just the throttle. Now if you're in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6, and you want to race through that intersection, and you got that extra kill you're about to hit, you want to get up to speed, hit the throttle, they'll take you up there, and it overrides basically the pedal assist function.
And that's not it. That's not it. Look at this. It's got a down tube mounted battery. It looks to be removable. Is that right?
Absolutely.
And water bottle cage braze-ons. So I'm always interested in that. That's great. That's great.
Even our cruiser bikes, we did them based on your feedback. We ended up putting the water bottle holders on all our bikes.
Great. Yeah. Well, I try to be just observant on details, and I know that every year, even throughout the year, you're sort of refining. So I'm glad to see this.
This year we've even upgraded our pedals. We had the same pedals, they work fine, but somebody said you can get pedals that spin a little better and feel a little better, so all of our bikes are getting a pedal upgrade. We upgraded the kickstands last year.
Yeah, I
making these refinements. I believe what Lexus said many, many years ago, and they dropped the saying, the relentless pursuit of perfection.
Yes.
That's really our attitude about the bike. I also want you to note on this particular mountain bike, we've also put all the holders, so if you want to put a rack on it, you can add a rack.
Yeah, threaded eyelets on the back.
That's the word I was looking
or
for.
fenders, it looks like. There's
you can add anything, right?
Kind of a thing right there, too.
It's available for anybody who wants to add afterwards to make it...
Hydraulic disc brakes. This is your first swing at like a mountain bike, and I think you've done a pretty good job.
3 years in development. I can just tell you that every time it goes out on the test track, I'm worried about it because they're always out there for a lot longer than most people, and they always come back with a big smile on their face. Said we designed it right. The best part about the bike is we've made it affordable. There's a lot of great mountain bikes out there, but they're $6,000, $8,000.
Yeah.
This bike is going to be introduced in February at $29.95.
Okay.
It's introductory price. It will ultimately go to $34.95, but for starters, until April of next year. It'll be introduced at $29.95.
Okay, so yeah, 2015, early 2015, $29.95. Get the disc brakes. Again, the hydraulic disc brakes that's pretty cool.
It's got a great display with a lot of features on it too, with a lot of intelligence.
So, this is a crowd over here. They're standing around. You've got like a cargo bike thing. Do people come back with a stack of pizzas when you send them out with this thing?
Actually, this was designed for a pizza company.
Really?
The pizza company came to us, Gina's Pizza, and they wanted to have a fleet for their 10 restaurants. They wanted to have a bike that was going to be able to deliver pizza for them and soft drinks.
Okay.
So we designed this. This is actually a very, very unique product in that, first of all, starting at the front, the basket does not move when you turn it.
Yes. Yeah, it's fixed to the frame.
We've spring-loaded the front thing so it stays straight.
Stable.
The bike doesn't fall over.
Yep.
We've got a really wide kickstand on it, but we call
Double
this.
leg.
Yep, and we call this bike the Stretch. And the reason we call it the Stretch is because it actually gets longer. And it's designed, let's suppose you wanted to carry your guitar.
Yeah.
Okay? You're not going to be able to carry your guitar sideways.
Yeah.
So to carry your guitar, you simply remove this and turn it this way.
Sweet.
And now you've extended the base. Now let's suppose you've got a couple of milk crates you want to carry full of all your record albums. You know what a record album is?
Yeah, I do. I'm familiar.
We then pull off the bottom what used to
Sweet.
be things for the feet, and it pops in like this.
There we go. Look at that. Beautiful.
And now you can bungee or tie whatever you want on there and carry whatever
a helicopter
you want.
landing pad on that. You could land a drone, perhaps. That's pretty
It's
sweet.
a good idea. So the idea is it's multi-use cargo vehicle, and you can carry small children on it. You can carry large children. You can carry you can carry an adult. It's basically a passenger. When you want to convert into passenger mode, simply undo this again, back to here.
Got that backrest.
And then these go back, and these are now the foot levels. The wood package you see on here is a option for keeping no feet getting caught in there if you have small children back here.
And Don, panniers, check this out. This is like standard gauge tubing, so you can mount panniers. That's really thoughtful. That's what I'm talking about, that you've got that attention to detail. I like that the battery on this one is also sort of kept out of the way, and it's a little bit lower kind of towards the front.
This has a 400-pound capacity the way it's being built.
Good.
And it's been tested to that. That's a 48-volt, 15-amp-hour battery.
Awesome.
We didn't talk about batteries a little earlier, but we've always had a 3610 and a 4810 battery. 2 years ago, we came out with a 36-volt, 15-amp-hour battery. I think that's what you have.
Yep.
To give you that little extended range, give you 50% more distance. But for 2015, and I've got one on my bike now, we've got a 48-volt, 15-amp-hour bike that fits in the same container. So you could even put a 48-volt, 15 on your bike if you decided you wanted to go. And that gives you a tremendous amount of energy. I ride my bike on a weekend 40 or 45 miles, and I've still got energy left to get up the hill at the top of the house I live in. So having that extra capacity is a huge advantage, and we offer all those different battery options now on almost all our models.
Well, have you saved the best for last? I know there's one more bike right over here.
Well, a lot of people came here, and there was a question mark why we came out with a bike in this category, and the reality is because we're very consumer focused.
Yeah.
So the main reason for this bike was to allow people who have difficulty putting their leg over getting on a bike or even stepping through a low step-through bike.
Yeah.
And we recognize there are a lot of people that might not be able to ride those bikes. So we saw an opportunity to have a really low step bike that anybody could get onto. It's almost a scooter for getting on and off to make it really easy. So the way this bike works is you don't literally have to even get on the bike to get on it. You simply sit down on the bike and then bring your foot into it.
Oh, I see.
So now there's no leg over. If you can't do that, you really can't ride the bike. So it's designed to be part of our cruiser family. It comes as a base bike, or it comes with all the extra light, pedal assist on all that, and a 48 volt, in essence, an Interceptor model.
Excellent. I like that, you have those different options with the pedal assist, the lights, everything.
Right.
It's
and
a
then
sleek
the
bike.
other thing that this bike has, and all of our bikes now, is there's a USB port integrated into the LCD display. So under here is a plug.
A little rubberized.
If you can see that.
Yeah.
You can plug in any USB attachment right in there. It's got a waterproof connector cover on it.
Cool.
And it allows somebody to charge their cell phone, run their lights. In my case, every time I go out and ride my bike, my speaker isn't charged. And
oh yeah, you've got like one of those handlebar speakers, don't you?
I got a handlebar speaker, and it's charged with a USB port, but it's always never got juice in it because I always leave it on. Now when I jump on the bike, I'm ready to take off. I don't live without my tune.
Now tell me, I remember maybe a year ago you were doing like a holiday ride with lights and stuff, and now people can plug their lights right into their bike.
Good idea.
That's
Headlights,
awesome.
any type of, well, a lot of people don't want to use their cell phone when they're out for their navigation.
For
because
GPS and stuff.
battery.
It does, yeah.
You've got about a month's worth of battery right here.
Yeah.
You can run. In fact, in the event of some type of crisis, if you needed to power your phone, that battery's got a lot of reserve in it.
That's pretty
And
cool.
you could operate that phone. You could charge your phone every night off your bike for that matter.
I like
as long
it.
as you've got a USB connection cable.
That's a lot.
It's also got the capability now to give us some really smart, intelligent, analytical data now too.
Okay.
So we'll be able to tell via
backlit.
Yeah. So the backlight's off right now. When I hit it again, it's going to power up the backlit here, and then it also controls all the functions. The set function's a lot easier now. You can set this and one button, not holding anything down. We used to have a couple complicated things. Now everything is based on the set. The speedometer, the odometer is all settable. The trip odometer setting, the time is all settable.
Awesome.
And also you go back to each one of the functions, and you can up and down very easily with the plus and the minus.
What does the V mean right here? I see there's like a little V. Do you have any idea?
That's the volts. So that's how the battery's fully charged.
Fully charged.
And we can also measure the volts that's in it. Some of the settings, you can actually see the volts that's left in the battery.
Very cool. Well, it's always a pleasure connecting with you. You guys have been a supporter of my site, Electric Bike Review, for quite some time, and I've really enjoyed riding your bike. So thank you for taking so much time, Don. Continue the great work with these bikes. It's always fun to see you at the show.
Thanks, Court, and look forward to seeing you again soon.
Cool. See ya.